Oh boy, what an interesting topic we're going to discuss today. By the way, I know you may like my Superman top. I actually felt like Superman today, so I wore it. Not everybody can wear it. Some of you guys wear it with some huge bellies, but we're not going to discuss that today. That's another video. What we are going to talk about would be a video that I'm going to do for women because I think I have all the rights and I fit all the criterias, at least in my previous life, to discuss it. How do you find a good man? So, and the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of times women tend to hurt themselves. I'll tell you this. After a woman crosses the age of 30, if she doesn't take care of her body and she's not a high value woman. I mean a real strong woman, and that doesn't mean being an independent woman and these nonsense that you women tend to refer to. I'm talking about a woman that is actually doing her own stuff, very decent, carries herself a certain way and stuff. You're going to fall off the wheel because after then you can't use a ton of makeup and you can't use skimpy clothing to sell yourself anymore. And so what happens, the older you get, men are able to see just who you really are beneath the surface. So what we also find is a lot of times, and I know this because I was once, I really mean the worst guy I know. And so I'm the kind of guy that I'm trying to, I was the kind of guy I'm trying to get you guys to not fall for. So what I'm saying basically is, first thing that women don't do is take care of themselves. There's this trend that is happening where women are not taking care of themselves. They're gaining tons of weight, especially if they make a child or two. They put on 40, 50 pounds when you're supposed to really put on about 15, 20 pounds. And simply because some of you are so into your emotions, you can't keep your mouth closed. You feel like you're making an elephant another child. And so what you actually need to do is guard yourself against that, because there is no excuse. And I repeat, there's no excuse for you to put on 70 pounds after you make a child and then tell a man that he needs to accept you as you are. Take care of your body. The second thing I'm going to discuss is you need to have a higher value of yourselves, because there is also this trend of women really looking in a mess. I'm talking about you fat since you're young and you are not taking care of yourself. And so what happens is that you put on a ton of makeup, your face painted, you almost don't even recognize yourself. And you go on your social media, on Instagram and Facebook, and you post it on these images. And you can't post your physical. So you can't even see your neck, you'll post your whole face. And so you're right up into the camera like this. And so, so that the person can only see your head, because you can't show your neck. You can't even show your chin or your body. And then you have these girlfriends of yours saying, you look so gorgeous, beautiful, and all this nonsense to lift up your female hypergamy. And I'll tell you this, it makes you feel good in that short moment. You can't take those photos every day. So some of you only post photos like once every 3 months or something. And when you go out there, your insecurity levels are at an all-time high, because the only time you can feel some sense of security is simply because you paint your face, you can't hide behind your phones and these images. So you need to really take care of yourself, because the thing is, almost any man who is 45 years old and is at the top of his game in an organization or in his own business and making his own money and is doing relatively well, and he has a little bit of a punch, he's overweight a bit by 20, 30, 40 pounds, he can still get almost any woman he wants. For a woman, you can't say the same thing. From the time you cross 30, as I said before, you're not going to be able to attract men as you were able to. And so it's simply because for women, you choose men predominantly based on status, and then personality, which is how he makes you feel, and then the physical. And of course, there are some women who wouldn't do it in that order, but the majority of women, that's the order women actually choose from. With regards to men, on the other hand, men choose women based on their physical appearance first, then their personality, and then their success level. Because men really don't really care if you're working or not. At least a real man doesn't. So it's very important that you take care of yourselves, because too many times I'm seeing women that I know, I mean, really good women who are not going to get married, and it's a very difficult thing for a woman, because a woman, at her core, she is about relationships. At a man's core, he is about success, and so a man can actually be his happiest without being in a relationship. You could make him happier, or you could even give him peace. But a man being in a relationship with a woman would never make him his happiest. A woman doing really good at her job is never going to make her happiest, and so that's the difference. So you need to take care of yourselves as a woman, and then thirdly, this is most important for me, is that you have to have some kind of value, because a lot of times, and you women know this, when you put on a red lipstick and you put on your blush and your eyeliner on your eyelashes and you fix your eyebrows, you know what you are attempting to do. You are attempting to attract a man and make it look softer and more feminine and stuff. But it doesn't work, because let's just say you date a man for 3 months. After that first 90 days, and when that honeymoon period is over and sex starts to happen, the minute that guy gets an orgasm, he is now able to remove that element of that softness and that mask that you put on, and he's now going to evaluate you based on your real core, what your worth is to him, how you make him feel, how feminine you are, your ability to submit, and that again is tied into how you make him feel. Because this world is lying to you, women, by telling you that you need to be independent, telling you that you don't have to submit, telling you that the relationship should be 50-50. You're not going to be able to attract and keep a man with that mindset. You don't have to listen to me. You can try it yourselves, and I guarantee you, the women who are going to disagree with me, let me see your man. You are either not in a relationship, you are either in a relationship that you're lying to yourself, or your partner is not telling you the truth, and so you're going to be cheated on, or it's just a matter of time before the relationship doesn't work, or you lead that relationship. Because if you're masculine, you're always going to you're going to attract a man who is more feminine. All right, so I wanted to make sure that you women understand that the real way you can get a man and keep him, and to get the right man, because every time you get a man, most women attempt to change a man to get what they actually want in the first place. But how do you get a man where you can actually keep him and get the right one from the get-go? Is you need to ask yourself who you are and find out the things about you that matters most, your love languages, if you're capable of giving love. Are you agreeable or disagreeable as an individual? Are you more masculine? Are you more feminine? Are you neutral? And then when you are able to ascertain that, and you look at the quadrants in which you operate mentally, then you write down on paper what I want in a partner, and be very clear what you want in a partner. Look at it every day, at least once a day. And so what happens is, every time you meet a guy, even though hormones are going to try to drive you into being with that guy because you're attracted to him, and sex is a high priority for both genders, you're going to be able to do your checklist mentally and say, but he doesn't meet the spiritual criteria, or he's not tall enough, his voice pitch is not where I want it to be, and stuff like that. So write down exactly what you want, but make sure you are also exactly who you think you are. Because if you write down what you want and you don't line up with what you think you want, for instance, if you want a guy who is at the peak of his health and takes amazing care of his body with a six-pack, but you are looking at it like an elephant or a buffalo, where you're not taking care of your body, then it's not going to happen in most cases. Very small amount of guys, about 4% of men who are really taking care of themselves, would not mind having a woman who is not really taking care of herself. All right, so just know these things about guys, know these things about relationships, and it should give you a better advantage to how you seek a mate and how you would be able to sustain a relationship and be happy in the long run. All right, so bye for now. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you want to hear next. I have a lot of things coming up, and I intend to go really deep and really hard and be real raw and honest about what is actually happening and how you can have a better relationship and to be able to be happier and find that mate you want and to be able to sustain as a woman, because this world is lying to you women. I'm going to do one for you guys as well to understand women from a different vantage point. So bear with me. I will release it soon enough. And we can look at them both, and maybe we'll do a live and we'll compare both genders and what each other wants in a relationship and how we are feeling. All right. So bye for now. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Boom.